The star of the Winterland seeks the face that it lost. Where life and death cycles in the star of the Winterland Without that bumbling. No need for depth.
Well, I'm fine. That's the reason we barricaded up.
You do know it. Then who are the... Right, however, so...
Are you...
These...
members of
No. Whoever inherits the seat of the Khan would never commit such an...
The reason... But you do know that if any of us loses our life, our souls ride the origin flame as our flesh is born anew. And yet those of us who ate this very oak pill and were rekindled came back changed, attacking fellow members of our tribe. No longer would they sing with us, "Oh, Labreska, return, return!" That was where I tasted true despair. 1 became 10, which quickly became 100. They are the ones who toppled your totems in the Highlands.
No, that cannot be. Not us abets.
What are you doing?
I shall prove it to you myself. For the sake of all of the abets who have been framed, we do not betray our friends. That is the way of the Highlands. Look, of one thing I'm certain. This oak pill is not poisoned.
No! No! The Khan was returned to the Highlands while attempting to prove the Abet's innocence, while only us 3 remain of our tribe, torn apart by our greed. While we wish to part the heavens to find his resting star, whatever the reason may be, our friend chose to cut his own breath short. For those who so easily give up their precious lives, we have no such merciful stars here. That is his final resting place.
The village ruins. That too was the works of your tribe turned monsters.
Do the Abets believe we were the ones who brought the village?
They believe that you were the ones who planted the Dreadwinter tree.
Are you serious? They're not of their own minds. Ah! We are plighted as well. How could the Abets have such little faith in us?
Chief, isn't it obvious? Even if the poisoned pill consumed their soul, their shells remain Okjinshini clear as day. Anyone else would think the same. Let's stick to the facts here.
Know the facts we do. Continue the unfinished story we shall.
After the Khan needlessly passed, I came to realize that this all stems from a poisoned oak pill. But we've yet to identify the maker. In the end, it's still the Mountain of Eternal Winter. The oak pill is just a means. For no matter how we died, through the origin flame we were still reborn whole.
Enveloped in the chill of the eternal winter, this cold-hearted wanderer was. On the final bridge of wills that guide us back to the surface, tearing apart the souls of our people she was. Feeding the flames of the void she did. Tossed to those depths, spare no scream those souls could. Melted away in the burning flames they did.
I do not understand. You think that we can help you... how?
Stop! Why are you all so bad at explaining? Let me explain what you need to do in your worldly terms. Extinguish the flame that's claimed the haven of slumbering origin, and remove the guardian that protects the flame itself. do the same for the winter trees burnt to a crisp, and the winter spirits that attack with painful howling, for they are the main culprits of this deadly winter. Take this oak pill that murdered the Khan and unveil the truth. If you don't, then I have no choice but to believe until my last breath that those antlered ones carried out this devious act. It pains me to suspect a friend. I pray that you preserve our age-old friendship. Now, we've no time to waste. Having now parted the heavens, I shall use all of my power to transport you to the path to proving that the Abets and Ukjinchini are one.
Hey there! Yoo-hoo! Oh, you're awake, warrior of winter in training. You were snoring. Sleeping like a baby. Oh, I'm so jealous! Bet you can fall asleep anywhere, can't you?
This stone. What is it?
This is what we Abets and the Okjinshini have long sought to fulfill, a long-cherished wish of our peoples.
What kind of trial is it?
You could say it's the very reason for our existence? From the moment the Mountain of Eternal Winter embraced us, there existed the stone tablets, which we split and shared with the Okjinshini. These words were engraved upon those tablets. To find where your destiny lies, reach the end of the path of prophecy. Reaching its end shall break the tablet's seal and unveil the first prophecy. Gather the prophecies of origin to complete the final prophecy. This monument was made by Abets who reached that path's end.
The proof that our bets and Okjinshini are one. I also recall seeing another stone tablet with constellations in the cave of the Okjinshini.
Yeah, that's just how they express.
It was quite a mouthful, you man.
What? A sprout? Come on! Don't forget, I am still the Khan's successor. Anyway, at first I was so shocked I had a little panic attack. To think they would send two people through the Jade Starlight Forest path of prophecy. Does that mean that those Okjinshini wish to speak with us?
They were kind of preoccupied with their own troubles.
We can talk more about that later in the Grand Conference. Anyway, at first... We can talk more about...
I've been expecting you. Welcome to Ailton. You have crossed through the Jade Starlight Forest path of prophecy, I assume?
Yes, it was also they who defeated the mysterious monstrosity that appeared at Bronte's Bolt.
Are you the chief of Ailton?
It can't be.
No. You treated him like a child.
But it can't be. Aren't those the oak pills we once shared with the Okjinshini? Please, explain to us why you have brought these before us. Wait a minute. They can't be seeking a truce. Not after all the trouble they've caused.
These oak pills have been poisoned.
Are they accusing us of poisoning them? We would never engage in such barbarism.
As it would happen, your Khan spoke much the same. And so, to prove the innocence of the Arbets, he voluntarily chose to take this oak pill himself.
What? Always so trusting, honest to a fault. Why? Why would he commit such a foolish act? It simply doesn't make sense.
The first dear Mara uttered these words: "Acknowledge when you are not adept in combat, but seek out friends to fight in your stead."
Of course, that's very wise. We should hire some mercenaries to protect us. Quickly now, let's put out the word to all corners of the continent.
The snowstorm guard post was in such disarray. This explains everything.
Be quiet, all of you! If my father were here, you think he would just hire more mercenaries? What we need to do is get to the root of all this chaos and confusion. Only then can we restore the Mountain of Eternal Winter. Not through mercs, with their lackluster money-grubbing ways, but with our own hands. The Fox Rule has not yet come to a close. That, my friends, is the way of the Khan whose seat still bears his warmth. That, my friends, is the way of life in the Highlands, and every single one of you needs to respect it.
Your father would have laid waste to the village with hate-filled eyes. As a leader, it was a difficult but necessary decision for him to make.
Puto has taken the poisoned oak pill to the research lab. Why not take a breather and look around town while we wait for the results?
No. Is there a place that keeps records of visitors in this town? The Oak Jinshini originally suspected the Dear Abets. Even in a place like this, the enemy could be an outsider. No, under these circumstances, the enemy must be from the outside.
In that case, you can find the city highland border, home to the Fox Abets, right beside the central market. It is a place that oversees all who cross over from the highlands to the city, and vice versa.
Then I shall head there first. You should go make yourself useful and look around as well, yes?
The path that I must take is clear.
Quite often, outsiders call this place the Dragon Museum. Please here, you can look for as it even when we chose to remain here. Oh, all there's if you found yourself here all on your own, then maybe the dragon long and so but from Lebreska's first death. Bronte, Seth Ma, and La for many, while its golden hue is saturate this the play Silverfrond, the can and but then this what for if there are I have many not to mention there's some I may not have.
There you are! We should set off for the city Highland border as quick as possible. Our Dark Knight is being questioned as who would have thought they'd be such a always acting all dark and dead. Who would have thought they'd be such a
Even if we were all born different, we're all one in mind and body. Those who aren't abets but bear our names.
These are the talented blacksmiths from the Gavinia Great Crater, who have taken on the Highland Bond and been invited to the Highlands.
While the day and time whence we were born may differ, here in this place, may we exist as one body and mind together. Here, write down your city-worn name and take your hill-sworn. Next!
These are master fishers from Drakania who have taken the Highland Bond and been invited to the Highlands.
Any experience with ice fishing?
That wasn't part of our agreement, but, that won't be an issue.
Good! Of course it wouldn't be an issue. While the day and time whence we were born may differ, here in this place may we exist as one body and mind together. The citron orchard nearby is practically a Papu paradise.
Shush! Let's keep that to ourselves.
You're right. Next!
While grateful for your previous offer, we Akare must respectfully decline.
Ooh.
So many mean.
Silence! Don't you dare try to pull a fast one on me. Especially, I thought this. Are we getting before? Now, first question. Patrigio's leopard's name is Naru.
That's not even a question.
Second question. The symbol of Kelphion is the.
Soon its wings shall be clipped.
Third. Serendia's princess.
And here I thought
It appears you.
Nothing seems out of place.
Let me see.
Perfect being. That's why.
Perfect.
So you're not.
Their handwriting.
Oh! I know this is all super important, but
Perfect being.
Would you mind getting me a book about the winter tree from Tabudai? Humans came to despise Silverfrond, but we are ever in his debt. This is the place where he reached to make use of her with the poison drawn from the fang of that monster at Snowstorm.
Our blind faith.
Please report these findings to the shaman Invish. Please report these findings.
Hilton is so...
What? You think me and Bayarma look alike? Nonsense!
Have you given any thought to the hill-sworn name you'll take?
The tavern is full of
If you have a knack, it seems all Tolgaldor does is worry.
The prismatic wild boar Sandchar must be having...
Those who stay long enough always...
Oh, I'm grown. Brew a tea with this. Do you know what the ale in Ailton means? Harmony! It means harmony.
The witches smiled, but inside they were weeping. They who had thrown themselves in a pit of deep despair. Why, and for what? I cannot see it. Past the day the festivities should have been held, what was Arethia trying to tell us?
On the day the Khan entered the woods, the chief of the Oak Jinshini uttered something much the same, for that day was supposed to be a day of celebration. The day when the seal of the tablet left by the seventh witch was to be broken.
But the reason why the witch's tablet has remained sealed in separate parts until now is not because we have yet to reach the end of our path of prophecy. No, it's more like this was all part of the grand design from the start in order to reveal a distant future that may occur.
But don't the stone tablets say that the closer we are to the end of the path of prophecy, the more the seal on the tablets will weaken?
That was probably so we would not forget about the future that...
On that day, which was supposed to be a celebration for our bets and Okjinshini alike, a mysterious explosion occurred at the Sherakan iron mines. Maybe that explosion awakened the very thing the witch feared.
Do you suppose it had anything to do with that strange monster no one had ever seen or heard of?
During all the chaos that occurred on that day, there were some who took the opportunity to flee from that place.
I believe they'll be able to enlighten us more on what exactly happened on that day.
Oh, aren't you? The marking on your skin? The shackles are bound to react.
Soft bed you're at the outskirts of the mountain. These poor souls barely made...
Wasn't even looking for a good... That inhumane scum took up...
I don't remember this. It's just like with...
In Calf...
Anyway.
These poor souls barely made it...
Anyway.
It was swarming with those Sezek barbarians.
Care to share exactly what happened on the day of the Sherakan iron mine explosion?
They made us pile something all day long. Never really told us what it was exactly. But that's what exploded. I'll bet my life. All because the perfect being began to cry out.
What did you say just now? Perfect being?
There's a priest the Sezek barbarians call the perfect being. A few of the Sezeks tried to challenge his authority, but got themselves executed by their Baal Salvaro. They said stuff like, "Perfect being, my crusty behind," and that Dayan, he's just a human runaway from Dregan.
Dayan? I remember seeing him when he was on the run in Dregan, a human winning the favor of all the Sezeks. It's unheard of, especially when it appears he joined them immediately after being cast out from Dregan.
Just as they mentioned in the Oak Pill research labs. Is there some unknown entity pulling the strings from the shadows?
That's enough. He may look all right on the outside, but he's suffering from internal wounds. Moreover, if we aren't able to break those shackles, it's only a matter of time before the Ahib come knocking.
I suggest they be moved as far away as possible, at least until their shackles are broken. This place is still far too close.
Please, you have to protect us. We shall flee to the ends of the earth if we have to. Anything but returning to that hellhole.
Hell is found all over. But once my business here in the Mountain of Eternal Winter is done, I shall help you find a place to settle. Stay strong for now.
Oh, sorry to interrupt, but...
Get a fresh pint of Ailton Ale with a splash of sweet goat's milk.
Once I came to, I realized I was not in Achman, but in History of Ruins.
I told you to seek out the alchemist Karashu at the Sandgrain Bazaar.
I have a more interesting tale to share with you. Say, don't suppose you know the true identity of Deboreka?
Somewhere people the world over can gather.
Greetings. If you've come to eat, I need to see your meal ticket.
Meal ticket?
Huh? What? The meal ticket? My meal ticket! My meal ticket! Sorry. I had so many tickets and there were so many hungry faces. I think I just got caught up and gave them all away.
Such a strong voice from such a small body. Your colleagues must be quite mad at you now. No meal ticket, huh? I can still offer you a chance to taste my cooking. That is, only if you play a match with me. A match of what, you ask? Recently, some adventurer crossed over from Balanos and taught me this game called Yar. Just one match. And if you win, I'll...
Yar?
Secret of my cooking. Well, I never bought. Just trust your instincts and the secret of my cooking. Well, I never bother weighing ingredients. almost done, so why not take a look around? The folk here may all... And that one.
I can smell... It appears our journey together is almost at its end. We've already reached the trial of the Fifth Witch. I thought it'd be a quiet trek to retrieve the Yenix, but we've practically worn holes in our boots. The conflict between the Oak Jinshini and the Abets. It all began with a poisoned oak pill. We've suspected Dayan of being the mastermind, and yet, as the Oak Jinshini chief mentioned earlier, he lit only the spark. The sooner the Yenix resting in the haven of slumbering origin is extinguished, the quicker all this strange phenomena will end. If we succeed, I suppose you'll be hailed as a hero in these parts as well. Look at that fox, living only for today. I hope we can find his brother. It's been some time since I've seen a place so filled with human aroma. But what will I do once I've erased the burden of this mark? Once this journey ends, I shall disappear to a corner of Balanos unbeknownst to all. Together with Jarrett, I wish to work the lands there. Some children, perhaps. 3 is a good number. 2 sons and a daughter. If the children take after their mother, it would be quite the lively household.
The Fifth Witch is the eye that climbed out of...
Seek out Gonzarig in the Highlands, and if you need my aid, send word by his hawk.
You aided us at Bronte's boat, and now we are in your debt once more.
No. We are the ones indebted to the 2 of you, for the Zavir Highlands are the first home of the Abets, even though one of the totems has been destroyed, and all have been evacuated due to the Dreadwinter trees taking root all over.
Dreadwinter trees have been sighted there as well?
I'll go speak with my fleeing fox squad and let them know that even the Oak Jinshini are crying foul about this. I'll go
Not let us see the Zavir gaining the wit. Let those we did, but this though see it absorb. However, when
the eye that climbed out of hell's depths hungers, only the infinite life force of the only by returning the creatures to the highland.
Back then,
I'll
go check.
We perform the cleansing ritual of the totems with reverence. We perform the cleansing ritual.
better. Now you've got to hunt Snowfield Illy Pikas or Snowfield. Where did I get the? Get moving! Snowfield Illy. Snowfield Illy.
Here.
Hawks will fly in soon enough. About the matchlock? My secret? Endless pockets, baby! When I had no... Just because my look... He said he... That's... Oh, look over there! Next up is the home of the... All we need... There's a... To winter... You know... Next up is the home of the... There's a tip...